Hello ISFPs, and welcome any other type who's interested in them. This video is made to clarify different areas of an ISFP's love and to start a discussion for anyone looking for advice on the subject. This is the list of subjects I will be talking about today. Typing, love language, how to capture their attention, how to get out of their friend zone, how to date an ISFP, what they look for in a relationship, how to seduce an ISFP, what they care about in marriage, troubles in love, and what love means to them. Now, let's begin with the subject of typing. ISFPs are said to match well with ENFJs, ESFJs, and ESTJs. Assuming this is true, let's entertain why. With the ENFJ, the ISFP will feel supported in their ideas, dreams, and nature, as ENFJs tend to be very accepting and supportive people. I would say the ESFJ and the ISFP are the most compatible pairing of the three because the ESFJ can value the romance of experiences and loves a thrilling and bountiful life. A potential roadblock would be the ESFJ's high expectations of life. These two are likely to have opposite dreams and goals, but in matters of love, any pair can work together. The ESTJ-ISFP pairing could work well because, although the ESTJ is very traditional, the ISFP can respect that they are strong in their value. The ESTJ might not appreciate the ISFP's natural state of rebelliousness, however. I would personally pair the ISFP with another extroverted feeler, who is also just as free-spirited. Love language. The ISFP does not have a black and white kind of love language. They do not want to be put in a box and do not appreciate categories as much, but if they were to be categorized in love, physical touch would be one of the more important ones. They value the sensory world where they can experience new sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and feelings regularly, which brings me to my next and probably most important love language for the ISFP. Something they value more than anything else is having new experiences. You might compare the ISFP to the wind because they can be here one moment and gone the next. But this is because they are always searching for new experiences. ISFPs of all types have a unique sensorial romantic view of each and every experience, and they want to experience new things, especially with their love interest. And they value words just as much as they value physical touch. So writing them poetic letters or small notes could make them feel very loved. How to capture their attention. ISFPs value originality, confidence, and authenticity. They are attracted to those who are not afraid to be themselves. They themselves might be shy, but they usually do not want their love interest to be. They are usually attracted to someone who is confident in who they are and want to see all of someone, even the parts that would be considered ugly, for lack of a better word. If you want a glimpse of the ISFP's tragic romance style, you can use James Dean or Lana Del Rey as sources of inspiration. ISFPs love aesthetics, beauty, and design, so showing your ISFP art that either you have created or are passionate about will help you be memorable to them. How to get out of their friend zone. ISFPs are usually open to meeting all kinds of people from all walks of life. They can meet anyone off the street and call them their friend within minutes. It's not in their hearts to be closed and unforgiving. This gives anyone interested the opportunity to express their feelings to them, and ISFPs are not ones to turn down new opportunities, especially when there's a promise of romance, so odds are they will be open to you. How to date an ISFP. This section is possibly the most informational for you of all my sections in this video, only because dating an ISFP is what can solidify a relationship. Take your ISFP on sensory dates, new places that have different scenery each time. This could mean a cold place now and a warm place the next. Maybe a cityscape this date and a mountainous nature scene the next. Find somewhere with bizarre ice cream or soda flavors and request a tasting session. Think outside the box. Think sensory. Other date ideas can include coffee or tea tasting, hot air ballooning, skiing, shopping, yes, shopping, even if it is just to give each other mini fashion shows in the changing room. Have fun, be lighthearted, playful, and try to create romance from random things, like spontaneously dancing near an empty street in the middle of the night with no music. Think movie moments. Remember that ISFPs want to be in the present moment, but never want to be forced into anything. Their values are embedded and cemented in them. Do not try to change them. ISFPs' best attributes are that they are playful, spontaneous, patient, passionate, adventurous, and romantic. And they want to be accepted and understood just as they accept and try to understand others. They are extremely sensitive. They can be so sensitive that they might even romanticize tragedies and fantasize about getting their hearts broken, just to ponder on what it might feel like. This doesn't have to be seen as negative. Make it an opportunity to bring you two together, ironically enough. Invite your ISFP to watch or read some of their potentially favorite classics, like Romeo and Juliet, Titanic, Troy, and House of Flying Daggers. More date ideas could include custom perfume making, karaoke, listening to live music at a public park, and people watching. It doesn't have to be expensive, just creative and thoughtful. But I can't stress enough, make it sensory. What they look for in a relationship. ISFPs seek the promise of not having a boring life. As direct as this might sound, they want a refreshing relationship. You might think this means sustaining a high-maintenance relationship, but it should not be seen that way. What the ISFP wants is a promise to experience life. They want to live it to the fullest, and they likely want to live it like this with their partner. It would be wise to never give them an ultimatum. ISFPs do not react well to being forced into anything. Rather, if you have a disagreement, it might even be best to give your ISFP a little bit of time. But we'll talk more about that in the Troubles in Love section. For now, we'll move on to how to seduce an ISFP. First, be yourself. Show them new things, show them what you want, even if you think it's strange. They want to see who you really are. The more genuine you are to them, the more you'll see they will appreciate you. They are open to sensuality, and you will see that they won't judge you. Be yourself and be open to them as well. And lastly, be romantic, passionate, and thorough. What they care about in marriage. By this point, you and your ISFP should have established a relationship that consists of fun, spontaneity, and passion. A relationship that is packed full of romantic gestures that should be traded amongst each other regularly. At this point, the ISFP should feel as if you are their best friend, assuming that you have put in the work to be sensitive to them, protecting their hearts and supporting their minds. An ISFP's biggest fear in marriage is falling into too much of a routine and losing themselves in it. They know themselves as being like the wind. They do not want to be strangers to themselves because their marriage is so predictable. This is where traveling and experiencing new things comes into importance. ISFPs are simple. They do not want to be boring. They want this kind of life because they do not want to bore you as well. The best advice in this respect is to date your ISFP. If you are married to one, do not forget to date your spouse. They love you, and if they get restless, it just means they want to experience something new with you. Remember to be their best friend. Troubles in love. Chances are that by now you've experienced some rockiness, whiplash, and high emotional episodes with your surprisingly graceful and quiet ISFP. ISFPs can be reserved, passive, and withdrawn, and this might not be their partner's ideal response to relationship issues. Running away is not necessarily what they are doing when they withdraw. It might just mean that they do not know how to react to your expectations. They want to please you, but they are afraid that they lost the ability how. Be extra sensitive in this regard. Not everything has to be vocalized. On the contrary, some things are better said and understood when they are written. Write your ISFP a note, explaining the issue. It'll give them the chance to digest, and the idea of having a tangible and loving note that they can analyze might take away the feeling of threat that will inevitably follow a disagreement. They think way too often about having a broken heart that they know the signs of impending relationship doing well. That is why you must be extra sensitive. There is a pattern here, and it revolves around the word sense. Now, what does love mean to you? Talking directly to the ISFPs. Love to you means a dream-worthy romance full of passion, maybe a little tragedy, and intense happiness. Love to you feels like a drug, and you love the high that comes from it. I do not blame you. Yours is unlike the rest on the chart. Your love is artistic, whimsy, heavy-hearted, and joyful. You dream of your love. You think of them often. It's almost an insult to put it into words. Rather, your love is better described in songs, in moments seen on screen. Someone who truly values you will want to know it. When you meet them, you will be reluctant to share it. But if they are worthy of your time, they will only be curious. I hope for all the best for you, ISFP. You deserve to feel loved. Remember that. You deserve to feel loved. The MBTI is a psychological tool that can help you predict others and avoid issues. As a partner, reading and studying about the other's type can save you both a lot of heartache, and it is an extremely thoughtful and committed way of showing your partner how much you love them. Thank you for watching.